Welcome to Screen Theme, and this is your host of Screen Theme, and one of the wisest men in the world, Carcino. For my late night fans, we are live. Those who kick it in the AM, this is for you. As my one coked out ex-girlfriend once said, I'm here for you. Of course, she wasn't. She was there for more coke. I just happened to be in the same place the coke was at, which has nothing to do with this family film. Let's get into Ant-Man and the Wasp, the spoiler review. Now, if you already haven't noticed, I did do a movie review for this film. So if you go back and watch the movie review, you will see one or two things. And those one or two things are, I did the movie review. And in this review, we will not be going all the way through the entire movie, breaking it all down, because we've just done that. We're here to speed things up. So if you haven't seen Ant-Man and the Wasp yet, now it's your turn to hit the parachute eject button and get out. Get out. This is your chance. And the reason why we say get out is because we might be talking about, well, ain't no thing about might. We are going to be talking about things that you missed in the last movie. Well, you might didn't see in the last movie, this movie, and everything connected to it. Now, let's get to it, shall we? And Ant-Man versus the Wasp. This is a very touching movie and one of the only Marvel movies that is centered around a father and daughter or father and child situation when they're little, and geared more around an infant family where there's a kid involved. Guardians of the Galaxy, it had the heart, the first one did, because his mom was sick and dying from cancer. Now, going into this film, what's up? They finally sent someone here. Breaking down this film, it breaks into different particles because his daughter is the reason Ant-Man does what he does. Everything is for his daughter. He's divorced her mom. She's basically almost remarried. And all he cares about is getting visitation with his daughter. All of these things work. It was little things in the film that were kind of weird, that never were explained. And that's where the movie lost points, because some of it needed to be explained that they could have really touched up. Like Scott getting out of his getting Scott out of his ankle bracelet is something Scott normally would have figured out on his own, because he's really good in breaking into things. But for some reason, he does not do this. And when they take the ankle bracelet off his leg and sneak him out the house, he goes back and gets the ankle bracelet right back on his leg with no problem. To the point where they're able to put the monitor to it and nothing happens. How does Scott knows how to put it back on already? The way that they took it off. He put it back on without a problem and seemed to have slipped it back off with no problem when he went back out. So that says he knew how to do it all along, he just didn't. But I guess to speed the process along, they just said, look, we're not going to focus on that. No one's going to know. No one's going to pay attention. Now, A lot of people don't know or probably have not seen Doctor Strange. That's going to help you out a lot in this film when it goes into the quantum realm. And they keep talking the word quantum, 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 quantum physics, quantum, quantum, quantum. So the quantum world is a whole different elements of things that we've never know really too much about. And not too many people know about the quantum world, except for people that were in Doctor Strange's universe, protecting the galaxy. Thanos and all the rest of these guys around the world, they know what's going on. But people like Ant-Man and Dr. Pym, they can only speculate what's really out there. Now, the film is geared around him bringing the wife back and Hope's new mom, who was very vital in this whole thing. And 30 years, how did she survive? What did she eat? She has aged, so obviously her body is still requiring nutrients and food, but it says she's evolved now. So it seems like she's brought back some quantum energy for as long as she's been in there. And on top of this, there's another scenario that people are missing out on. And yes, I'm still at it. I keep telling you, this is my evening. This is your morning, my evening. We have no clue or detail of anything about the mom. Like, what was she doing down there? No one seems to be concerned. Like, how did you survive down there for 30 years? You would think that would be the number one question they ask you. How did you survive? What did you eat? You seem to have turned your wing into a battle suit. You have a new uniform. You have something covering your face like a mask. What has been going on down there? It's actually something going on down there, like different worlds, different cities that's in a quantum world. Will Ant-Man stumble across this in Avengers 4? Seems to be so, because at the end credits, they seem to go into the quantum universe and Ant-Man gets stuck when, the snap apocalypse happened. Thanos snaps his fingers, boom, everything's gone. So now with everything gone, and when the snap of a finger, now you're going into a quantum realm. And who knows? This might be what happened all along as part of a plan that Doctor Strange had hatched, because Ant-Man is the key. Ant-Man is going to inform Tony Stark on what's going to happen next, on how they have an idea on how to beat Thanos. And it's going to be the quantum realm. He's going to know and probably have particles with the quantum energy. They probably can send ghosts in the quantum realm, as well as her and Lawrence Fishburne character are going to probably be the ones to bring back Scott when they find him on the roof and they can hear him through the walkie-talkie. And they're probably going to bring him back out of the quantum realm. It'll probably be too much for Scott down there to phase his way out. Now, when he comes back, he might have a lot of quantum energy surrounding him, as he might be evolved as well. Might make him more stronger, might make him more faster. We don't know, because we don't know how long he's going to be down there. But the non-explanation of what was going on with the mom And while she was down there, kind of negated a lot of different things. What I did like and was a funny scene was when he went to the school and he had and he was having trouble with his suit, the modified suit that they had. So in case no one noticed, Ant-Man had a new suit on. But this suit was a prototype and it just never seemed to work in right times. So he would either get extra big or kind of big. He would get kind of small. He never could find the right size that was comfortable for him and for the situation. Then he turns into like almost 80 feet tall as he does battle and gets the thing back with his superpower suit and go and grabs the tower. But like I told you, the other enemy they had in there, the guy who plays a bad guy in every movie he's ever been in, that with the southern accent, he just had no place in the movie. He was just another guy to connect all the other characters because everyone else is insignificant to Ghost. There's nothing they could do to stop Ghost. So they needed some regular human bad guys to try to patch this story together. Now, what's going to happen in the Ant-Man series and what I tell you about Doctor Strange is so connected to this film and the quantum world. Remember, when he first goes over to Chandra-La and they ships him all the way through the quantum realms, he runs into Dormammu. So remember, Dormammu is like ruler of these worlds. I don't think he'll go in a time pocket to get out. I think he might. I think they might bring him out. See, I'm afraid that Avengers 4, which is going to be called Infinity Gauntlet, is going to is going to is going to confuse some of the average watching fans. They're not going to like it as much as they like the last one. That's the way I feel. I feel they're going to be so confused. The actual comic book fans, they're going to love it. But I think it will confuse the general fan that just wants to come and watch a good movie and everything else. I think they might be a little bit confused. Well, if you didn't see the first Ant-Man, you missed out on a great film. But it's the connection with his daughter, who eventually is going to be in Avengers 4, and she's going to be older because he's going to go in time. They're going to go through a quantum realm to where they're going to meet Captain America, they're going to meet Iron Man, they're going to go in the future about 16 years using the quantum physics. And he's going to see his daughter, and her name is Stinger. Because remember in this film, she talks about how she wants to be his partner out there fighting. And that's what they keep showing. And this is how she backs him up all through the movie. She covers for him with the FBI, everything. His daughter is like his sidekick, and she wants to be his sidekick, but she's like, he chose you, but I wants to be his sidekick. But in the comic, she grows up to become Stinger. and she gets a Hank Pym suit. So you're gonna see her at 16 years old in the Avengers 4. Iron Man got gray hair on the side of his head. So pay attention to that when they show you the pictures. You see the gray hair on the side of his head. It isn't that Tony's gotten older. They're showing him when they go to the future, 16 years into the future. So you're going to see Iron Man with some gray in his hair. Cap's got on the old Captain America suit. And then Hank Pym is going to design technology for all of them. So they're going to be using Hank Pym's technology. He doesn't like Tony Stark, but he realized they're going to have to work together. So they're all going to have on their hand, you're going to see all of them got Pym tech. They all got some type of thing on their hand to like communicate and do all different type of things, part of Hank Pym's tech. Now, Hank Pym, if you watch this movie, Ant-Man 2, you will notice that there's a whole lot of things. He's got his things is made of like broken radio parts, a big clothes hanger. He'll just make it big. It's a gigantic Duracell battery in the back scene. They're making these things with just sizing them, making them bigger, smaller with the tech that they have, but they use basic things. As for Tony, I think they're going to go through a lot of different things that might confuse people in the next one. But Doctor Strange, this might have been one of the things that he saw, because we all know that they can get another Infinity Gauntlet in the quantum realm. They can go get the Infinity Gems there. Now, who's going to wield it? Iron Man had one before. We all know that Nebula eventually gets it at one point. So we'll have to see. Captain Marvel's going to have one, because the Captain Marvel movie is going to explain a lot. So when they get the glove, we might be seeing a whole different type of change. And Doctor Strange is no stranger to the quantum realm. And see, all of these guys can get an Infinity Gauntlet and get the gems, collect them, and put them together and make their own gauntlet. And see, Doctor Strange, this is probably the scenario he saw when he was going in there, saying this is the only way we can win. And as you can see, look at these people all got Infinity Gauntlets. Look, they all had an Infinity Gem. See, the comics were very vast and more detailed and more. It's so many different things you can go in the comic that in the movie you have to reduce things down to a crawl. And as you can see from the shots here with Ant-Man, Cap look like he's in the future. Tony's hair is gray. As you can see right here, when they go into the quantum realm, and there's Siri, who's one of the other people that can help get them out. She might become Black Panther in the second one. Remember, Ultron was there as well as part of an Infinity Gem. So Ultron might find a way back through the Infinity Gem in the quantum realm. And then Clint will be back as Rodin. But don't make a big deal out of it. He might just be Rodin for like 5 minutes. But Ant-Man is the key. As you see how old Tony looks? You see the gray hair in Tony? That's Tony from the future. And then they all got to get ready to battle Thanos. I like the Matchbox set. And see, by them being on this roof, the only people that would know they were there was Ghost and the other character. And that's the actress I think that's going to play his daughter in the Infinity War 4. Funny scene at the end. But I'm interested. Captain Marvel's gonna probably steal the show, but they're gonna tone her powers back as the Incredible Hulk will become Professor Hulk, which will be interesting to see as well. We want to always see what that looked like with the Hulk evolved. And he's gonna have Bruce Banner's mind, but he's also gonna be different. And we'll move forward next time. Thanks for joining us.